Howdy everybody out there in keyboard land, Bad Mark here with Mech Tech, and I'm just going to do a quick video today. I'm surprised more people aren't familiar with this mod over the Holy mod. The Holy mod is where you actually take and cut a small strip of either medical tape or Band-Aid, I think preferably Band-Aid, and stick it inside of the housing of the stabilizer in order to reduce the tolerances. I personally never had much luck with that. I mean, I either got it to almost not work, like it was sticky, or it just didn't get rid of the stabilizer rattle altogether. Now, what I did find that works for me in practically every situation, I've been able to take stabilizers that, you know, are just bad and most people would replace with some Durox or something like that, and made them decent enough to work. So I've got this one, which isn't awful, but it could be a lot better. So I just wanted to take just a quick little tutorial and show you what the Plumber's tape mod is and why it works. Because basically we're removing the tolerances inside of the housing of the stabilizer to make sure that, of course this one doesn't want to come out very good. Now I've found for the most part that these testers 68s come with very decent stabilizers. They're actually quite... I just dropped a whole bunch of switches. Yay, Mark. Let's see if we can get the stabilizer out of here without it fighting us too much. Because as you can see, stabilizer is in there pretty damn good. It doesn't even want to move when I try to pry it. Alright, there we go. It's starting to. Alright, got one side. Let's get the other side. So this one doesn't even need the clipping, I don't believe. Alright, if we can get it to wiggle its way out here. Alright. Now, we can see, you know, these actually have already been clipped and they've already been lubricated. But what we have, the rattle, is, see that tolerance, that little bit of space that the bar can move inside of there? That's what we want to get rid of, is that tolerance, because that's where that rattling comes from. So this is what has been working for me. Don't have a paper towel, so I'm just gonna, I know this is kind of dirty, but I'm just gonna do it on my shirt. Clean off the oil that's in there already on the legs. So let's set these aside for right now. Let's take, now this is your standard Plumber's tape. It's PTFE or silicone. It's available at any hardware store and even some of the box stores as well. It's usually under $2, sometimes even under $1 for one of these rolls. So it is a very cheap mod. It's very, well, it's strong yet fragile, if that makes any sense. So I'm cutting probably a bigger piece than I need right here. You want to kind of try to keep it straight. You don't want it to overlap. You want to try to prevent it overlapping as much as possible. But what you want to do is grab a piece, put it onto the leg, and you want to start wrapping. And you want to get about 3 to 5 wraps. I say 3 to 5 because each bar is going to be a little bit different, and each tape, depending on how much actually goes over, you know, you're going to kind of find what works for you. And some stabilizers will need more, some will need less. But the beauty of this is that it's silicone, so it will adjust. So if you put just a little too much, you should be okay. We want to cut off any excess. We want to make sure that we never go above the corner or the elbow. Alright, so we've done one leg. Let me go ahead and take another piece. Oh, and these scissors are not very sharp, so that's why I'm getting this mess. Yeah. I want to trying to get a nice straight piece here. Oh, and just realize I'm not out of frame. So again, I want to try to get the first layer as unencumbered as possible. Obviously it's hard to sometimes, but again, this is silicone, so it does adjust. We just want it to try to be as smooth as possible. Try to do it this way. Really should have gotten some better scissors there, Mark. Yeah. Of course, all my good scissors are gone. So, go ahead and just use these clippers. Okay, so now basically what we've done is increased the size of these bars, but because it's silicone, it will adjust to different sizes. So hopefully, basically what we're trying to do is meet tolerances here, so that when it goes inside, where's the cover? Here we go. All right. So now, let's go ahead and put this back together. Now, the space bars, for one, are always usually the rattliest. I usually put a small strip of the neoprene in there just to dampen some of the noise, but that won't get rid of this rattling that we get from the tolerances. So, okay, so let me go ahead and get our grease, make sure that we stay inside of, so we're going to go ahead and do one leg. Get a nice amount, not too much, but we do want to get it nice and greased up. Alright, probably a bit too much, but alright, then we're going to go ahead and do one leg. Get it in, make sure that it slides in right. Alright, and lock it into place. Now we're going to go ahead and do the second leg. Let's go ahead and get it lubricated. And now we're going to go ahead and make sure that we get it into. Alright, and then let's clip it into place. Now we've got the stabilizers. Alright, make sure that everything is actuating, it's working properly. Now let's go ahead and stick it back in the board. So this is a nice tight fit. Let's get the bar underneath there first. Alright, you snap them back into place. Let's make sure, yep, they are free of clearance. Not moving. Alright. So, would really help if you stuck the switch in there first. Bad mark. Alright, so sorry about that. You go ahead and get this switch in here. Alright, and now space bar in. So, I don't know if you can tell the difference between how loud it was the first time and how smooth it sounds now. Now obviously, like I said, this is cherry profile. These are cheaper clone keycaps from Epomaker, but now this is the bigger key, so it is going to be louder. But as you can tell, if you rewind and go back to the beginning, it's not quite as loud as it was. So there's the plumber's tape mod. I personally prefer this over the Holy mod, over sticking a piece of Band-Aid inside of the housing. I think unless it's done just right, it's going to create more possibilities of binding, and I'd rather avoid binding if at all possible. So I think that that this is a really good mod. If you haven't tried it and you have a rattly spacebar, I suggest give it a shot. I mean, there's really not much to lose, and as you saw, it didn't take that long to make what I think is a noticeable difference. Well, until the next time, keep calm and keyboard on.